So this is where we're headed, down the side of, is it Greetham Creek, which flows into the Tees, and it's filled up considerably since I was here at 9 this morning. So we're going down this track, and the first place we'll stop is where Lewis, one of my sons, is, where we established a listening post this morning, where hopefully we can listen in close up to any birds that have returned to that sort of estuarine patch of mud and water. So a bit like Springwatch, you listen live, there's nothing there. It's a ring plover display, which is a tiny bird, which you can certainly see from here, but you'd never curlew. But it's just a really good way, you know, of eavesdropping into a place where we can never be, because your behaviour, unless you're in a hide, your presence would alter the behaviour of what was happening around the microphone. Well, what will happen hopefully is the tide comes in, this creek will fill up, and you see how the birds feed on the margins. Some of them stand in the water, those with the long legs stand in the water and long beaks, and the birds with shorter legs and shorter beaks are actually in the mud, but they'll all get pushed up, hopefully towards my microphones. And a lot of these birds, has to be said, are sometimes relatively difficult to identify, but they all have really unique, distinguishing voices. Let's take a walk down to one of the hides. So in terms of my sort of practice, quite often, you know, go out at a time, put microphones out, so rather like that of a listening post, and cable them back into it and have a small speaker as well as a recorder set up. You know, it's very difficult to record from a place like this. And it's also very difficult really to hear much because you're listening through a sort of a letterbox. Still, it's a good aspect. What is worth listening to is literally just hearing these reed stems rubbing together, because you get a perspective, again, a bit like getting the microphone in close, that you don't normally hear. Move the reflector around. You know, in this site, which is a really good reserve for wildlife, and it's proved it by, you know, all the stuff that's here. You know, it's a remarkable place of international importance.